Hi everyone! Rescue, rescue, rescue. Okay, everyone, so you see that wee cut? Sorry with the phone focuses here. Don't know if it's my eyes or the phone. So see if you look there, it's not going to focus. See if you see at the very end of that, well, that is, there's a cut left. I'm going to turn this helmet off, this air respirator. So if you see, you can see it there now, the phone focus. See the wee cut at the end? That's left by the bandsaw running down and to cut these gaps. So rather than me weld that up and start sanding these faces again, I'm just going to chamfer the edges on each slot. So one here, one here, one here, and one here. And in doing that, I will remove that little cut. I don't want it there because when I polish this into a mirror finish, you will see it stand out more. So have to be careful here just with the grinder because I don't want to make a mess of it. Probably today. So we need to have the 8 chamfered edges looking identical. So I'm just going to do this by eye. So we'll do the cut one. The reason I'm doing this, I'll do that one. I'm going to flip it over the body here, turn it around 180 degrees. But for now, I'm just going to work on the edges I can get at here with the grinder because I am stood up on the bench here. So keeping the grinder disc roughly at about 45-degree angle with respect to this edge here. So if you look at the 4 there now, see the way, if you look at this edge it's chamfered and this edge is not. So as I say, the reason I'm chamfering the edges here is because of this little defect that I couldn't be bothered to weld up to bring these up to a mirror finish. It's just adding a wee bit more to work. So the best thing to do here is chamfer them, and it also allows the axles to fall into the slots better when I go to place them in. So keep an eye here at this point. That's as close as I can get the phone. This is the defect. So the defect is here, the top of my finger. And what I'm doing now is basically having these edges look the same as this one. So if this one seems a wee bit deeper, I will bring the other ones up to match. Okay, so that is the edges there, all chamfered. Approximately, say about a 40-degree angles. So that will allow the axis to fall into the slots better. The QS273 and the QS205. So just to point out, the only reason I done that was because one of the edges was damaged. So I'm going to continue on here now, keep sanding, and then I'm going to polish these faces into a mirror face. And the edges by the end of the day. So back to the sanding now. So they'll all roll up there by eye, just to where I want them. So, starting off with 320 grit on the edges here, and also at those grinded parts that I done there now. Should I maybe chamfer these too? No, they're alright. So removing the marks left by the sanding pad there, grinder. Not going to sand it too much because I don't want the edges around it. Okay, so less pressure on the chamfered parts, chamfered ends there, because we don't want to round the edges. So that's why I've replaced the sandpaper, the disc here. Because the more pressure, the more I will dig into the edge, seen at the two ends of the chamfer. So light pressure here now. Removing the scratches left by the grinding pad, sanding pad. Gonna flick around here now 180 degrees and do the other four. So I'll see if I can get a wee close up here. The closer I have the phone, the more it jumps about, focusing. So hopefully it's alright there. Soon be ready for the 600 grit. Okay, so that will assist now in sliding the hub motors down into the slats. And it also removes that bad bit that was on one of the edges there. I'm gonna change the disc here again. Should be wearing my mask. From hair respirator, but might slip it on. Here and here now. This face, or this edge now, far out the face because it's so wide. Okay, so the reason I'm standing this face is because I want to bring it up to a more finished toy, right? But I won't be sanding this face, this edge at the bottom, because I'm only be powder coating it around here. Look far better now with the chamfered edges. I also need to sand the sides here. So I need to sand here and here, and then I'll move on to the 600 grit, and then I'll be polishing them and then we're finished by the end of the day. And then the only thing needs done then before we powder coat is sandblast the flame. Sorry, the frame. Sandblast this. I don't think I'm going to be doing it today because I have so much to do. I will be polishing this, as I say, in a live stream later on. gonna get some more water here. So if anybody wants to know what's going on, just ask me and I'll explain it. So what I'm going to be doing here now, right, is I'm going to be sanding these edges using the dual action and 320 grit. Nearly ready for the final process, the final stage on this live stream, which is the 600 grit. These edges will be brought up to like a mirror finish even before I take them near the polisher later on today. I think it's live stream 12. This is live stream 11. So what I'm doing there at the minute is I'm removing the marks left by the bandsaw. Obviously this is cut by using a laser machine, but similar to this, only a wee bit more coarser. And just to point out, the dual action there is nearly the final stage. Just this one now. I'll get a new bit of sandpaper. And just to point out, I don't have a laser machine, that's just a bit of scrap that I get from a company. Well, I pay them scrap prices for the material. This is all done by hand here. And it's not scrap to me. As you can see, I've used it. Okay, so I'm ready for the 600 grit now, and then I'll be ready for polishing using the proper machine. So in the last live stream I demonstrated how to polish using a dual action. So basically if you look at this face here, this face is brought up to a mirror-like finish. Well, it's not that one, hold on. These two. So these two faces is brought up to a mirror finish using dual action only. So I demonstrated doing that, but in this video I'm just going to continue on sanding, and I will be powder coating up to see what this weld is from the MIG welder seen here. It's now got a concave sort of surface on it. I will be powder coating up to maybe about 10mm above it, or 15mm, and there won't be an edge left by masking tape or anything because it'll be done professionally. It'll be blended into the mirror finish. So there's 4 coats to go on this. So what you will see here is basically a nice curve. You'll not see no weld at all anywhere, apart from at this point here maybe. which I don't care about. So I'm going to continue on here with the 600 grit. So I'll do the faces that I haven't done the last day. So let me get a look here. It's obviously them too. So they're now ready for polishing. So I don't know how I'm going to do this. I'm going to have to move the camera maybe. So what I'm doing now is removing the marks left using the, what do you call it, 320 sandpaper. So live stream 8 or something I think it was, or 9 maybe. The water's running off the table onto my trousers. I have to put my coat on again. Okay everyone, so what you see there now is nearly a mirror polished face. So I've took it through the stages professionally to get it to this state using the dual action. So I haven't used the machine yet, but I will do soon, maybe later on in the live stream, if it doesn't rain, because I will be bringing the polisher outside. So going back to a new piece of 600 grit. So the reason I'm going back to a new piece is because I don't want the polished face yet. Because there's still wee marks left by the 320 grit. The polished face is gone. Again. Thank you to the ones there giving the thumbs up, I appreciate it. Taking the coat off again. See why I'm start working. Okay, so I'm going to start polishing this now using nothing but the stainless, the wee particles in the water, so using it as sort of a compound. So that would be like the first stage. So those are annodised. And that knack is applying pressure and good, quick, swift action. So you see here now. Oh dear, dear, dear. One stone. One stone. Two stones. Fingers are too big. Go through the gloves with the scissors. The nice tapered edges now look far better. The 10mm slot, 12mm slot. So in 2 weeks time, this thing will be sitting today. And unique, like nothing else. Why? Well, because I go to extremes with my projects. like nobody else. Sure, I don't really speak, the work shows itself. Oh, would you look at that? And then you get the haters coming on the page saying I don't know what I'm at. Full of nonsense. Over and over. It's like telling Elvis Presley he doesn't know how to sing. But I was born to do that. I did say no more. Okay, so the mirror's removed. This now, it doesn't matter about it because the polishing, it's up to standard there now. Once I hit this with the polisher now, it'll be looking really good. Obviously after a wee bit of work. So what I need to do with the polisher now is I need to remove the swirl marks or the wee swivel, sort of wee circle motions left by the dual action. I will demonstrate that after tea, but I have to go on now because I'm starving. I might do the edges here before I go on just. So you could see the mirror finish there, look. So I haven't polished this at all, as I say, it's just an act to get it to the stage. So I'm gonna do the edges here, or these faces, considering how wide the plate is. So I've done them with 320. I'm just hitting them with 600 now, and then after tea I will be polishing this. And then next week I will be sandblasting it, and the day after that, I'll probably primer it the day I sandblast it. When I say primer it, I'll be applying a zinc powder. Usually when I apply candy, I like hot flock it, so I would do it when the object's still sitting at 100 degrees. But the problem is I can't do that with this because of the stainless plates, obviously. So I have to do it in stages. You can see the stones in the street there now in the plate. But I have to do this in stages because of the stainless plate. Or stainless plates, this one. So if this was my style, I would be doing the powder coating all at the same stage. But because it's a one-off project, as you could tell with the stainless plates, I just want to powder coat it and have the stainless plates rather than doing it all my style. So I have got the hanger ready for the oven here. It fixes on to this point. See this tapped M5 threads here at this point. I'll bring it out here just. So there we have the hanger now that'll fix directly onto the two plates, and it will slide in my tracking system in my custom powder coating oven and the booth. It'll slide between the booth and the powder coating oven. So usually I designed the tracking system for that reason, for hot flocking. So basically if I was to put a primer on this now, I wouldn't fully cure it. I would only cure it half, or maybe say, depending on the object or the item. If I was doing this and it was my style, I would put it in the oven for maybe, when the powder starts going off, maybe about 5 minutes. I would bring it out and I'll put another coat on it. And I would do the same thing 4 times for a candy colour. But for this, I have to let the whole thing go cold, especially at the primer stage. So when I primer this now, basically I'm going to be blowing the powder off the mirror plates. But obviously, in the end, because of the fans in the oven, the assisted oven, the powder tends to be in the oven in the air. It will land on it, but a wee bit of finish will remove the powder off the mirror finish. I have to do this 4 times, so I have to do it for the candy colour, the base, the primer, and the lacquer. So the lacquer, I could do the whole thing. I could do the mirror finish, but I'm not going to because I just don't want to have any handlings. So what I'll do here is I'll blow the candy up to this mirror plate. I won't be using tape to do this. It will be done completely different. So each time I'll be moving up. So I'll probably finish the primer here at the bottom of the top of the weld. And what I'll do is I'll take the next base coat, maybe 3 mil above it. So it'll be tricky, but I'll do it, no problem. So that's the discussion of that. So I'm going to just continue on here with the edges, and then I'm going to go and get some date. So obviously, if you're making something like this for somebody, you wouldn't be going to this. I wouldn't be making anything like this for anybody anyway, but I only do these things for myself. If you were making this for anybody, you wouldn't be going to this extremes, obviously. You would just run a weld along here and all that, but I like doing things different. So once I hit this with the polisher now, I'll start off with a sisal wheel. This will be a mirror finish straight away because of the preparation work that I done here. So I'm just going to hit these 2 edges, both sides, and then I'm going to come out later on and apply the mirror finish. That makes sense. Let me see here. Need to watch it, knock the phone over because I'm at a very awkward position. This will be the final run here now. So the mirror finish is already there now in that age too. Well, it's not there, but you know it's 10%. So the aperture that I built, it has mirror surfaces right over it. The blades, the surround, and I've just went through. Well, if you think this is a lot of work, you should see it. But it's built. I call it my piece of jewellery because it's so shiny. It's like the manifold that I built. Or the guards, the compressor. The pointer will come up to maybe about here. Okay, so that looks good now. So all the marks left by the bandsaw are completely removed on, well, where I need them to remove from. To be removed from. So I'm just going to flip this over the body to finish it off. So I'll get another bit of sandpaper. Oh, it's a 320. Good. Right. Compressor's off. Okay, that's good enough there now. So this one inch. This thing doesn't fall off the bench. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Right. Okay everyone, so in this live stream what I done is I demonstrated cutting, well, placing these chamfered edges on here, chamfered faces. So see if you look here now, you can see those there to guide the axles down in. The reason I done those was not really to do that, but to hide a defect on one of the edges. Well, not to hide, to remove it. And in doing that I had to do the 7 other edges. Okay, so they're all done now and they're all looking nice and even. And that's done just using the grinder. So after that I demonstrated polishing these faces into mirror finish. Well, I used the dual action to show that, but I haven't used the polisher yet. So what I done is I went through the stages, mainly 600 grit on this live stream. 320 to start for these edges, but as you can see there now, they're also looking like a mirror finish. So you can see the hose in the ground there, that's how good it is, and it's covered in residue at the minute. So thanks for watching everyone, and thanks to Genuine, and also thanks to you know who that are also watching. Later on I will continue on with this project, and hopefully there you can see all the stones. So my steel blended into the stainless, or the other way around, stainless steel into my steel. So in a couple of weeks time this will look well, and after that, when this is complete, I'm going to move back on to the e-bike and the other projects that I have up and going on my channel. Just so many things to do. But as I say, thank you for watching. Later on I'm going to be coming back out, and I will continue on with this, and I'll bring the polisher out. It's sitting there ready, look, on the ground. Hopefully it stays nice and dry for this, but it is starting to look well. So that's probably done. I don't know. I have, see that colour there? There's a candy purple on them hubs. I might do it that colour, or I might do it a candy red, I'm not sure. I have candy red, candy purple, candy green. What else do I have? A pile of different colours, but I don't know, I just want to do it candy purple because I think the candy purple will look real running into the mirror finish. So that's it everyone, thank you for watching, and goodbye to the Genuine, and also to you know who. Bye!